Sarah here, lead physio at the Samson Centre for MS. I'm going to run through a short stretching programme that you could complete with assistance of a carer. This generally works quite well being sort of voice-led. I'm going to demonstrate some of the movements, but bearing in mind that I'm here on my own, and you may need assistance from a carer to help guide the movements. And I'm going to sit on the edge of the bed so you can see the movement, and I'll lie down when it comes to some of the leg and hip movements. But those of you who've come to the Stretch with a Carer class over the last few years will be very familiar with the movements. So as ever, just starting, sitting in your chair, trying to get that really nice sort of symmetrical positioning. So think about being nice and level across your shoulders. So straightening out here, aiming to get your chin over your breastbone. Nice sort of straight, sort of symmetrical posture coming through your torso. So you're sitting nice and equally through those sitting bones, and then your thighs running straight. And if you're in your armchair, as you look down, then your feet should, your toes should be pointing forwards. Obviously, if you're reclined in your armchair or reclined in bed, just trying to get the best sort of symmetrical posture that you can achieve comfortably. So we're going to start up, sort of warming up through the neck, so dropping your chin to your chest. And then we're going to come all the way up, tilting your chin towards the ceiling. So breathing in on the way down, breathing out on the way up, and we'll do one more of these, all the way down. And actually we'll keep the chin here, chin down towards the chest, and we're going to do a little semicircle here. So take your chin, point it in the direction underneath your right armpit, and then drawing a little semicircle, point it under the left armpit. So it's a little roll one way, and then the other. And we'll do two more here. One. Final one to the right, then to the left. Bring your chin back to the middle, and then it's like we're restacking the spine up. So coming into a little rotation now, so you're going to take your chin to look over your right shoulder. And then trying to keep that chin level, coming through the centre and round. So breathing in one way, and out. Let's do one more to each side, all the way in. Breathing all the way out, and then we're going to find the midpoint. Okay, coming into some tilting, so we're going to take right ear to right shoulder, and then bring that head through the middle, take it over the other side. Okay, breathing in one way. This movement that can often get very tight. I think I've got more movement right compared to the left. It is tight. Breathing in one way. This one, breathing out. Let's find the middle, and we'll pause there. Okay, great. So coming into the shoulders now, so we're going to think about sliding your shoulders up, drawing them back down. So this movement often gets quite stiff and tight, so just do what you can. So breath in. You might find you can only go a millimetre or a centimetre, but don't worry, it's just, even just thinking about the movement can fire up your motor cortex. Right down. Okay, Let's do 2 more. Sliding up, sliding down, and then we're going to do 1 more. Coming up, going down, and then you want to sort of draw your shoulders down, so creating the feeling of a nice sort of long neck. So it's not that we're here, so we've just got that sensation that you're nice and open, long neck. Okay, great. So we're going to start stretching and moving the shoulders. So if you've got a carer to help you, so really supporting the limb, watching your own back carers as you're moving, and we're going to do about 5 or 6 of each movement. So we'll start with the right arm. We're going to lead with the thumb, and we're going to take the arm up, easing it up, easing it back down. So you might have this movement yourself, or you might just need a bit of a help at the end of the range. So carers, you can just guide the movement and then help at the top. Okay, all the way in, breath in and out. Let's do 2 more. In, out. And this last one, we're going to come up to the top and then hold it. Okay, so here I'm going to turn my palm to face forwards. And then as if you're sort of signalling for help, we're going to take the arm one way and then out to the side. So it doesn't need to be a big movement, so easy over. And again, with any of these stretches, we're not rushing or forcing. Just easing in, breath in, breath out. Okay, last one over towards your head. And this final one, we're going to reach out to the side, coming all the way back down. Okay, so we're going to do some sideways movements now. So we're going to come up and down. So supporting at the elbow and at the wrist if you're needing some help from your carer. Breath in, breath out, all the way in and out. And then our final one, we're going to stop up the top. Get a nice stretch here underneath the arm. So big breath in and then breathing out all the way back down. So we're going to stay with that same arm. You're going to bend your elbow to 90 degrees. So there we are. So first of all, we're going to just cover up the belly button, and then it's like a swinging gate. We're sort of pivoting round, opening the arm out. So we're rotating at the shoulder. Belly button covered, and then open. Breath in and out. So carers, you can just guide the movement in and out. Okay, and our final one here, belly button covered, opening out, and then carers, you can give a little bit of extra sort of ease into this one. We're just taking the hand backwards. If I turn here, so aiming backwards. Just open up through the shoulder. We're going to hold 3, 2, 1, coming in. Okay. Working on a few of those elbow movements, so coming up, touch your shoulder, straighter arm as you can achieve. So that's that movement there. So taking it up, easing it down. Breath in and out. So this last one here, we're going to come up. You might want to get an extra little squeeze even, so nice sort of elbow bend there. Okay, and now we're going to ease it out, longer, slower stretch, aiming to get a straighter elbow as we can comfortably get. We're pulling against this bicep here, so you're going to ease out, slow and steady. No rush for any of these. We're going to hold 3, 2, 1. That's great. Okay, so elbow's going to come back to that 90 degrees. So palm up as if you're expecting someone to give you some cash, and then you're going to turn your palm down as if you're throwing it on the floor, down, all the way up and down. So good open palm, coming up, coming down. Last one. Okay, and rest your hand there. Fantastic. We're going to repeat on your left side. So carers, if you come round to stand on the left if you need some help, and again leading with the thumb, check you've got that nice posture, coming up and down, all the way up and down, so you can support at the elbow to guide up. Okay, all the way up and down, and then finally we're going to come up to the top. Turn your palms, so your palms facing forwards, and a little sway one way and then the other. So you get a little stretch underneath your arm here and out. Breath in and out. And finally we're going to come up, and then finally we're going to open all the way out to the side, going down. Check on your posture. Okay, and now finally we're going to come up and down, so palm points forwards. If you're sitting, if you're lying down on your bed or reclined in your chair, your palm will be to the ceiling, up and down. Breath in and out. Okay, up and down. And our final one, we're going to come up and hold it. 3, 2, 1. Come on down. Great. So, arm comes in, fingers pointing forwards, you cover the belly button and open. In and out. Okay, this next time we come out, we're going to come out and hold it. Okay, we're going to hold. 3, 2, 1, bring it in. Now hand to shoulder, straight at arm as you can get. Coming up, coming down. Breath in and out. So carers here, you can guide up, guide down. So last one, you're going to come up and hold. And then we're going to slowly ease out that elbow, getting it as straight as we can get. You might want to have one hand at the elbow, one at the wrist. That gives you a little bit of leverage, supports the limb. And then coming down. Okay. So, palm up, palm down. Coming up. So this is rotation at the wrist. And you get a little rotation at the elbow as well, all the way up and down, breath in and out, and then we'll just pause there. If you're able to interlace your fingers, let's interlace, and then from here we do a little wrist wobble, side to side. Okay. If you feel you've got the movement, you can add a little circle. You might be able to change directions. Lovely. Keep your hands in, maybe palms down, and then you might be able to do some double reaches overhead. So carers, if you're helping here, Gary, you could come and give your partner a bit of support from behind. Okay. Last one, up and down, and final one here, coming up and down. That's great. So that's your little arm routine of some basic stretches to keep your arms, hands, and all of the key joints in the upper part of your body flexible and mobile. We're going to come on to a little leg routine now, so I'm going to lie down for some of this. So you could be in your reclined chair or on your bed, straight legs, or you could have a pillow or use your knee break to have a little bit of flexion, a little bit of a bend in your knees. So we start off with a little movement which is like, we call it the rolling pin. So carers, one hand on the thigh, the other hand below the knee, and we just get that nice little roll in and out, as if you're rolling out some pastry. You don't want to force it, but just a really nice little rolling in and out. So I'm going to demonstrate to start off with my right leg, and then you let that right leg just come to its natural resting position. So we're going to do a movement now which is going to bring your knee towards your chest. So if you've got some of this movement, you can join in. Carers, you're going to support at the knee and the foot, and you're going to make sure that you move in the direction of the movement. So anybody who has come to the Stretch with a Carer class, you know how to do this safely. So we're going to come up for 5 and down, 4, 3, 2. Okay, last one, we're going to stop at the top. You might be able to give your knee a little hug, or carers, you can support the knee here. 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to take the leg down, the foot resting on your bed. So kneecap at the moment is pointing in the direction of the ceiling. So we're going to come out into what we call a half frog. So you're going to let your knee open out to the side, and then we're going to guide it back in and maybe across your body a little bit, and you'll see I'll get a little rotation at my hip. So we're going to come out and then over. So carers, you can guide all of this movement from the knee and the hip over, so out, over, and the next time we come out to the side, we're going to hold it. 3, 2, 1, draw it up, and then we cross over, and we're going to hold here. 3, 2, 1, and release. Just bring that leg down. So we return the legs back to their resting position, and we'll repeat exactly that same process with the left leg. So we get that little rolling pin motion. I'll show you here on my right because it's closer to the camera. So it's a little rolling. Carers, one hand above the knee, one below, picturing that you're rolling with a rolling pin, some pastry, and then we pause, and we're going to come into our knee to chest. So you're thinking about aiming that knee towards the chest or the shoulder. So I've got quite flexible hips, but you might find that that's all you've got there. So just see what movement you've got. You don't need to push or pull, you just sort of move with the leg, guiding it up, easing it down. We've got one more here. Easy up. Maybe we'll hold it for a moment. And then we're going to bring the foot down to the bed. And then we come out into the half frog and then cross the body, opening it up and then across. Good. All the way out and across. And this one here, we're going to open it up. So what we tend to find is that people who've got spasticity, the muscles tend to respond better to a slower paced stretch. And so there's no need to sort of push or pull or sort of push down on the limb. We just let gravity do its job and take time with the stretches so the muscles have got time to open out. Okay, now we're going to take the leg across the body, maybe a little rotation at the hip. We hold it there. 3, 2, 1, and coming back. So come back, check that your legs are in a nice symmetrical position and that your pelvis is level, that we haven't sort of lost that nice alignment. We're going to come into a little foot routine. So I'll sit up for this one. So carers, again, you're going to guide the movement. So we're going to point the foot down, draw the foot up. And we want to make sure that all of the toes are going up and down, sort of together. There's always a tendency for the big toe to lead the movement. So we just ease it up, ease it down, and our aim really is to make sure that we're maintaining a good 90-degree angle like that. If you can get some more, then that's great. All the way down, all the way up, and then we let that foot come to its natural resting position, and we come into some circles so you can guide the foot around. So we're going to do about 5 one way. That's probably about right. 5 the other. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll pause there. And then we'll finish off this little routine with something that we call the 4-foot rocking. So carers, you're going to support the foot with your thumbs on top, and then we just rock the 4-foot. It's difficult for me to demonstrate this on my own foot, but you can picture that I'm holding a foot and I just get a really nice little rocking motion like that, just to keep the 4-foot nice and supple. So that's our right foot done. Going to finish off with the left. So point and draw it back. So ease the toes down, draw them back. Again, you want to make sure that you're not twisting the foot inwards or outwards. It's going, directly down, directly up. And then we pause in the middle, coming into some circles. 3, 2, last one. This is my stiff ankle. I damaged it playing badminton a few years ago. It's never been the same since. 3, last one. Okay, so let that foot come to its sort of natural resting position, and then we do the little sort of rock of the 4-foot. Thumbs on top, rocking side to side. 3, 2, 1. Great, okay. So we've come to the end of the movement section. So carers, you can just double check that that your the person that you're working with is in the best position. So again, we want to make sure that bottom's even. Left and right, nice straight spine. Maybe if you're in your recliner chair, maybe you want your legs up a little bit, just so you're feeling supported. And then carers, you can go and sit down. You're very welcome to join in this final 5 minutes of relaxation. Okay, so sitting comfortably in your chair or lying in bed. Picturing yourself having had that nice sort of stretch from top to bottom. You're in a good position, supported by your chair or by the bed, and you can just think about sort of letting go and releasing into the surface beneath you. You can close your eyes if that feels comfortable for you to do so. And no need to rush, and there's no need to force or strain your breath, but just very mindfully becoming aware of the feeling of the air moving in and out through your body, through your nostrils. So with your next in-breath, you might feel the air being drawn up your nostrils, and then as you breathe out, maybe through your nose or even through your mouth, whatever's comfortable, you just become slowly aware of feeling yourself breathing. Coming to your chest. Maybe you can feel your chest very gently rising and falling. Coming down your torso to the lower parts of your rib cage. As you breathe in, you might find your rib cage is moving out. And as you breathe out, you might find that the rib cage sort of subsides and closes in. So breath in and out. Bringing your attention to your abdomen. You might again just feel a very gentle rise and fall of your belly. It's not a big movement, it might just be a millimetre or so, just a gentle rise, gentle fall. Sometimes known as the echo of our breath within our body. So no strain, no need to force or push. And having a feeling of sort of calm breathing, calm body, calm mind. As we move out of our relaxation phase, just becoming aware of the sounds within the room. You might be like me, I've got a fan on, you might hear, I don't know, a clock ticking. And then you can cast your hearing a little bit further, maybe become aware of the sounds within the house, just outside your window. Take a full breath in, and then as you blow the breath out, blink your eyes open. Maybe give everything a bit of a wiggle, wiggle your fingers, jiggle your toes, and we have finished our, let me see how long that's taken, 28 minutes and 52 seconds. I was aiming for around half an hour, so we're about right. So let me know how you get on. I'll post this on YouTube, and then it will always be there for you to use on the occasions when we're not able to run the class every week. Hope you enjoy. If there's any feedback, very welcome to get in touch via the usual ways. Great to see you all.